The stations of KUAM, wishing you and yours a very happy holiday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Crystal Paco has the very latest from the Tory Jr. murder trial, plus Governor Eddie Calvo has raised concerns about the denial of H-2B visas on Guam. And Cantanita has that report. And Madeleine Bordallo was sworn into the 150th Congress to begin her 8th term. Happy day and good evening, everybody. Former police officer and murder suspect Tory Jr. will face a jury trial next month. Before then, his mental state must be examined by the governor's expert witness. A final pre-trial hearing was held today. Crystal Paco reports.
Defense's expert witness concluded defendant Tory Jr. suffered from an alcohol-induced blackout and post-traumatic stress disorder when victim Albert Piolo was fatally shot in the chest. For rebuttal purposes, Judge Michael Bordallo granted the government's expert witness time with the defendant to also examine Tory's mental state. Off limits, however, are questions pertaining to the defendant's guilt.
The court granted the government's motion to conduct an examination that needs to be completed before Mr. Arreola's experts have an opportunity to testify. So,
the government's expert witness is Honolulu-based clinical psychologist Dr. Dennis Donovan. According to Chief Prosecutor Phil Tidingo, he's anticipated to arrive on Guam the week of January 23rd. In court on Wednesday, defense attorney Jay Arreola requested that he be allowed a recording or be present at the time of his client's examination.
As discussed in chambers, the examination of the defendant will be recorded and provided to the defense.
Either you'll be allowed to be present or it'll be recorded.
Thank you, Your Honor. You'll be allowed to be present or it will be recorded.
Or it can be recorded. That will be left to the doctor.
I will speak to the doctor about his procedures.
Also in court on Wednesday, Judge Bordallo announced the court will call on 300 prospective jurors to fill out questionnaires later this month. Based on the answers from those questionnaires, parties can narrow down jurors before doing an in-person selection. Opening statements are anticipated to be heard on January 30 or 31st. Tory stands accused of murdering fellow police officer Albert Piolo back in July 2015. Both men were off duty at the time of the shooting. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Well, one of the 4 men charged in connection to a riot that happened at Lindis Cafe isn't leaving his fate to a jury. Although juries were selected last week, in court Wednesday, Judge Bordallo announced defendant Enrique Duenas will enter a plea agreement. The judge also announced other defendants are also considering entering plea deals. The remaining defendants are Christian Medina, Joven Santos, and Liberty Conception. The riot, as you know, broke out at the East Agana Eatery the same night Brian Cruz was found unconscious in the back of a car and ultimately died days later. Duenas' change of plea is scheduled for Thursday at 10:30. Well, the numbers have dropped and will continue to do so until a solution is in place. And just as a lawsuit on the matter is set to be heard in district court next month, the governor is raising concerns with both the outgoing as well as incoming presidents of the United States about the denial of foreign labor visas on Guam. Ken Cantanita has more.
The island's inability to source H-2B workers in key occupations has a detrimental effect on the island. It's a statement issued by the Guam Department of Labor this week that's ringing true well into the new year.
Just finished talking to Mayor Melissa Savares. There's a project working with GURA when it comes to an emergency shelter, the Estumbo Gym. They're having a real tough time finding a contractor. You're hearing about this in so many projects island-wide. And it is a critical issue.
The issue of H-2B visa denials over the past year continues to worry Guam businesses and island officials, including Governor Eddie Calvo, who wrote another letter to the outgoing president of the United States and the Department of Homeland Security Secretary on the matter.
Unfortunately, President Obama and Jay Johnson did not do one thing to help us in this situation. So it was important for me, I guess, as a part of their legacy, to show them the letter, send them a letter on what they have failed to do for the island of Guam.
Back in September, the Guam Department of Labor reported over 1,200 H-2B workers on island. But with the nearly 100% denial rate of visas, they expected those numbers to drop drastically. At the end of November, they report only 470 workers right now. December numbers are not yet in, but they are expected to drop every month until a solution is in place. USCIS hasn't given an explanation, but in a statement, Guam DOL says, quote, employers are anxious to find a solution as they are finding it difficult to meet their manpower needs, and this is having a negative effect on their ability to provide services to private, public, and federal construction projects. DOL says over 50 employers have already been directly affected, adding they expect more projects to slow significantly. Along with writing to the outgoing president, Calvo is also reaching out to President-elect Donald Trump.
And more importantly now, that letter is also, I'm CCing to the Trump transition team so that they know exactly what is the situation in Guam and the crisis that will be occurring or is ongoing as a result of this unilateral action of Homeland Security.
Governor Calvo will be leaving to Trump's inauguration, where he hopes to meet with critical agency heads to, quote, deal with the issue quickly before the crisis gets any bigger. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
Well, more than 24 bills continue to be reviewed by the governor, as last week during their final session, the 33rd legislature passed 28, including Bill 312, which seeks to raise by a responsible rate the island's minimum wage.
My concerns is like what occurred with the hybrid retirement bill. They passed that into law through an override, and it's increased. You know, we basically have an increase of about $200 million in the unfunded liability of the retirement fund, plus another $100 million that have been losses incurred over the past year as a result of not meeting return on investment targets. So I think it's very unwise to move forward in legislation without getting a report. But at the same time, I'm going to look at the bill and then move from there.
Several businesses have asked to wait until an economic impact study was completed before moving forward. That study's been delayed for months and won't be completed until sometime this month. If signed into law, the bill raises the minimum wage to $9.20 by May 1st and $10.10 next year. Well, Congresswoman Bordallo has begun her 8th term in Congress. She was sworn into the 115th Congress today, stating, quote, I once again thank the people of Guam for the trust and confidence they continue to place in me to serve as their representative. I will continue to build on the progress, she says, that we have made over the last 14 years. Well, please do stick around, because coming up on Prime Time, we take you on a tour of the Cathedral Basilica's Museum of Treasured Artifacts. Stay tuned. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Do you want to get discounts at local restaurants like Lone Star, CPK, Capricciosa, Delmonico Kitchen and Bar, Manhattan Steakhouse, Tony Roma's, and lots more? What about 25% off on all natural and organic items at Payless Supermarkets daily? It's all part of Guam's largest rewards club, the Calvo's Lifestyle Club. Join today for free as an added benefit to being a Calvo's Insurance customer. Just show your Lifestyle Club card at over 50 of our rewards partners to start saving more. It's just one of the ways Calvo's Insurance helps you live a better lifestyle.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against iTeeny's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. iTeeny's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at iTeeny. iTeeny has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at iTeeny. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Are Mom and Dad here yet?
Not yet. We didn't get our lane.
We gotta stop for cash. I forgot my wallet.
Just use your phone.
Right. Forgot your Bank of Hawaii debit card? No problem. Because now you can get cash with your phone with cardless cash from Bank of Hawaii. Introducing Cardless Cash. Download the Bank of Hawaii app today. Welcome to tomorrow.
The Shop Guam Eat Festival is back and better than ever. GVB has teamed up with over 100 Shop Guam vendors to give you access to hundreds of deals and discounts. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app and get real-time alerts on offers nearest you to dine, shop, play, and save. Just in time for the holiday season. Download the app now and start taking advantage of great deals. The Shop Guam Eat Festival is a GVB signature event, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back to Primetime, everybody. New leadership took hold of the Education Board Tuesday evening. And with fresh faces on board, it will once again revisit the pending case surrounding Superintendent John Fernandez. Isa Baza has more in our next report.
We need to address it rather than keep dragging it. I would prefer let's offer some kind of a resolution.
The newly elected chair of the Guam Education Board, Peter Alexis Atta, said this of the unresolved case surrounding Superintendent John Fernandez, who was ousted by the board last October and subsequently filed a $7 million lawsuit against 6 of its members last year. With the change of leadership following the November elections, a total of 5 of the 6 members who voted to oust Fernandez are no longer on the board. Most recently, member Ken Chargaloff submitted his letter of resignation on December 30th.
That means that the governor will now have 2 appointees.
According to Atta, Chargaloff's resignation left 2 vacancies for both an appointed and elected position, while the next highest vote getter would usually fill the elected position. Because there weren't additional candidates on the ballot, Governor Calvo will have to appoint 2 additional members to the board. Meanwhile, the new members that were sworn in Tuesday evening are set to hit the ground running.
We're going to meet with especially the 3 new board members, and we're going to give them the entire packet of everything that is on litigation. Let them review it. I'll give them 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they'll meet with the rest of the board members, discuss it, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to come up with some kind of a resolution to some of these matters that are pending.
While Atta couldn't provide further details, Vice Chair Maria Gutierrez said she commits to providing full transparency going forward.
I promise that we will all work together as one, as a team.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Also, a send-off ceremony was held this morning for 19 airmen leaving on deployment next week. The airmen are from the Guam National Guard's 254th Security Forces Squadron and 254th Comptroller Flight. Brigadier General Roderick Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio comment on the departing airmen.
Soon this group of brave men and women will board a plane and leave behind their families, their employers, and their lives on Guam and head into harm's way.
We as a country stand strong because of you, and we're proud of every one of you. Thank you to Zus Masi on behalf of Governor Eddie Calvo and all the people of Guam for protecting our way of life.
While deployed to the Southwest Asia area of operations, the airmen will work towards improving contingency and war fighting, improving comptroller war planning, and protecting federal property from hazards. They are expected to return to Guam in the next 6 to 9 months. While the nationwide Customs and Border Protection computer glitch disrupted travel Tuesday, a Guam airport spokesperson confirms that the agency was also affected, but the impact was minimal. The system disruptions came at the end of the morning rush when only Philippine carrier Cebu Pacific was operating. Officials plan to monitor the afternoon rush, and if the technical issues continued, Customs and Border Protection was prepared to implement alternative screening procedures. The timing could not have been worse for the agency on the mainland as millions returned home from the holidays, suffering long delays. Back to news about Governor Calvo, as he will be heading to Hong Kong this week with GVB in hopes of bringing more airlines to Guam. The chief executive will meet with representatives from HK Express, which of course started serving Guam just last month.
So we're looking at how we can increase the flights that are coming in, and getting, again, a little bit more demographics, at least particularly from Hong Kong and China. Also be meeting, hopefully, with representatives from Peach Airlines to see what we can do to get also LCC carriers in from Japan as well, and also from Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong trip is one of several Governor Calvo will take this month before he heads to the President-elect's inauguration, of course, in Washington, D.C. Well, the National Museum of the Dulce Nombre de Maria Cathedral Basilica is open for a limited time. It's from 4:30 to 8 p.m. nightly until January 8th, and you too can check out the hundreds of religious and cultural artifacts on display. Here's more.
Faith without culture is not fully lived. And even with us on Guam, we cannot see our faith without our culture, and we cannot really see our culture without our faith. The two really go hand in hand.
According to Cathedral Rector Father Paul Guffigan, that's the common thread among the hundreds of religious and cultural artifacts on display at the National Museum of the Dulce Nombre de Maria Cathedral Basilica in Hagåtña.
Guam was discovered by Magellan in 1521, and if we go to our timeline over here, it was discovered in 1521, and the first church, the first Catholic church, was established in Hagåtña in 1669. So you can see how long it took for the faith, the word that was planted here on this island, how long it took for the faith and for the evangelizers to come in and to make sure that they integrate faith into culture.
It was thanks to Chief Kapua we have the cathedral.
One of the founding, really, I would say the founding fathers of the church in Guam. He was the one that donated the land for us to use the cathedral. It was he who opened Christianity into the Chamorro culture, and we have him to be thankful for.
Also on display is an original Bible translated in Chamorro.
You can imagine if the printing press was invented in the 1500s, so you can imagine how old this Bible is, and it expresses the passing on of Scripture, the passing on of the Word of God onto this island of Guam.
Well, some of the artifacts were part of the Archdiocese archives. Others were donated. Also on display is a collection of Belens. Father Paul Guffigan says they're hoping to open the museum again as soon as possible, but wanted to share the sacred artifacts for the duration of the Christmas season.
I'm so grateful to Mrs. Evangeline Dizon Govan and also Mr. James Santos, and also to the partnership with DFS, who really helped. A lot of the frames, a lot of the casings that you see here were really donated by DFS, so that in order for us to open. But I really wanted to open this up as soon as possible. Just open it up and let people come in.
The museum will be open until January 8th. Hours are 4:30 to 8 p.m. The museum is located on the second floor of the St. Therese Chapel. While admission is free, donations are welcome. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Well, it is a first for 2017, and today is part of a continued partnership between the DoD and Gov Guam. A groundbreaking ceremony was held for improvements to the routes 1 and 3 intersections in Dedido. Officer in charge of construction, Captain Dan Turner with Marine Corps Marianas, says the nearly $7 million project is part of the Defense Access Roads project related to the buildup.
This is a great supporting project for what is going to be a decade-long partnership and what promises to be a very significant growth in Marine Corps mission here just up the road. And that's what we're all looking forward to. So this is a great contributing part to that, and will hopefully relieve some of the congestion in the near future, and then also pave the way for future growth further up, just up the way.
The project includes milling, overlay, and widening of Route 1 to provide turning lanes, allowing for 2 lanes to come from Marine Corps Drive into Route 3. The project should be completed by December. Well, stay tuned, everybody. Sports is next with Chris Bunn.
Thank you for an amazing year. This 2017, get ready for suspense, romance, drama, action. So bring on the new year. Get ready to capture more. Happy New Year from ETA.
You
which I thought was 69.
2016 is rapidly coming, but the best time to buy your next vehicle is now. During Cars Plus year-end blowout sales event, now's the time to buy with confidence and save thousands on the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent, now starting at $12,717, or the Hyundai Elantra, now starting at $16,917. How about the beautifully redesigned 2017 Hyundai Tucson, now starting at just $19,917, or save $5,000 off the Hyundai Santa Fe. Hurry in today. Our year-end blowout sales event absolutely ends Saturday, December 31st. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Get ready to take flight at the 2017 United Airlines Guam Marathon, April 9th. Register now for the 5K, 10K, half, and full marathon. 4 races in one great event. Run in paradise with thousands of local and international runners. Enjoy new features such as the Hop a Day Expo, the Barbecue Beach Party, and the upcoming Runners Perk program, Eat, Shop, Run. Learn more. Visit our Facebook or Instagram and register now at UnitedGuamMarathon.com.
This is what precision sounds like. Sound dampening technologies like triple door seals that help keep outside noise out.
Oh, talk about getting out of a tight spot.
Introducing the midsize pickup only GMC could build.
In more ways than one.
The finely crafted 2016 Canyon from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Half a day, Guam. Chris Barnett with sports. Thanks for joining me on this first hump day of 2017. All right, so let's get over this first hump of the year together with an all football sports show coming up. Guam versus Saipan in Saipan. Ooh. Sounds frisky, but first let's kick it off with Zach Banner. More right now. Chamorro College football star Zach Banner is riding high, with his USC Trojans pulling off an amazing win over surging Penn State in the Rose Bowl this week. Banner is seen representing Guam in a viral video showing up in everybody's news feed on Facebook.
This is an honor of my late grandfather passed away last week. I represent the island. After I get drafted this upcoming year, I'm going to be the first Chamorro to be drafted. Off a day, people go on.
Zach Banner, widely considered as the top senior blocker in the country and is projected as an NFL-ready right tackle. According to numerous scouting websites, Banner could end up going in the early rounds, making history as the first Chamorro drafted in the NFL. He entered USC as a 2-time All-American and as a 5-star recruit. His biological father, Lincoln Kennedy, was a 1993 top 10 pick and an 11-year veteran of the NFL. At 6'9" and 362 pounds, Banner definitely has the size to play in the big leagues. But right now, he is relishing the Trojans' Rose Bowl win, as seen in this emotional viral video.
I love my team. I love USC. I'm so happy I'm there.
Guam takes on the CNMI in the 3rd annual Marianas Friendship Bowl, January 14th in Saipan. Team Guam consisting of over 60 players, comprising 2 teams, 1 Matua squad for 12 to 14 years old, and 1 high school team made up of IIAAG football all-stars. Now, this will mark the first year high school all-stars will tackle each other in the Friendship Bowl.
They're big and they're competitive, and they're going to bring their A-game. So, as for us, we're really looking to go out there and, have a good time, but really play football.
With 10 coaches on staff, training has been ongoing since November of last year, and it's been no walk in the park to assemble Guam youth football's best and work on chemistry.
Tell them to stay focused because every time we meet them in the adult league and even in the youth league, they just keep getting better and better. There's a close game the last time, and we don't know what to expect. We only see them once every year, so we can't take them lightly.
In the last Friendship Bowl game, it came down to the last play, with Guam winning the Matua Division matchup 12-6. That game was held at Raiders Field here on Guam. The venue for the Marianas Friendship Bowl changes yearly, so coaches are still working to get donations and sponsors. You could check their Facebook page, Guam Junior Nationals Football, or call Joey Guerrero at 988-1497.
It's been a challenge taking players from all different backgrounds, different teams. They're used to playing against each other, so trying to gather them all together and play as one.
Although the games are part of the Marianas Friendship Bowl, make no mistake, Team Guam is looking for victory in the CNMI.
Our goal is W. We want the W. We come out to win all the time. It's a friendship game, but on the gridiron, we definitely want to come out and just expose our weaknesses.
All right, just make sure you guys bring me back some piggy geet and some ice keki and some of that the blueberry bread thing, okay? Hey, my name is Chris Barnett. Thanks for joining me on the first Wednesday of 2017. On behalf of our sports director, Dave Delgado, you keep on shining, Guam. Adios!
I had a dream. I walked into a dealership, picked out a new car, gave them no money, and they're letting me drive it for free the next 3 months.
At Nissan Guam, your dream has become a reality during the premier New Year event. For the new year, you can drive away a new Nissan with no money down and not make a payment for the next 3 months. It's on the house, no money down. We make your first 3 payments. Just sign and drive away. For details, stop by Nissan Upper Kumon or log on nissanguam.com.
Order envy. When you want what you have and what they have. Introducing the new double stack tacos, spicy sweet, nacho crunch, and cool habanero. 2 flavors stacked together in 1 taco.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Tourism. It's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
It's your last chance to save big during the Triple J Auto Group's Absolute Year-End Clearance. Get unbelievable savings on all remaining 2016s, plus many 2017s. Take advantage of our lowest prices of the year on Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $80 per paycheck, and used cars as low as $68 per paycheck. Every customer receives a free gift. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Well, it's time, everybody, for Think Green, and Isa Baza has a report on how students are getting involved to raise awareness about invasive species.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green 1 roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
You may not see them in the streets, but lurking in the jungles, Guam is estimated to have over 1 million brown tree snakes, invasive species that have had detrimental effects on Guam's bird and animal populations. In 2016, the Guam Department of Agriculture's Contra y Culepla program, in partnership with WAVE teams from island schools, piloted the Invasive Species Regional Schools Challenge. Program coordinator Jane Diaz said it aims to raise awareness with Guam youth.
That students learn where those species came from, how it impacted Guam's ecosystems and animals and other environment, but also what we could do about it on Guam. And so that was a big takeaway.
Students entered submissions in 8 different categories, with the top 3 winners receiving prizes funded by the Office of Insular Affairs Brown Tree Snake Control Program. Ava Bennett is a 6th grade at middle school, whose photo frame project in 2nd place.
Well, I learned about Mexican love vine because I didn't know we had that. I didn't know it was an invasive species. But I learned that Mexican love vines cover up the whole tree to suffocate it or to make it stop getting sunlight.
2 Teton High School students also won 3rd place in the regional competition. Dia said Contra y Culebla is an awareness campaign that focuses on large-scale brown tree snake control to benefit Guam's endemic birds and environment.
We're actually expanding on the idea of taking invasive species learning into the communities. We're doing other activities this year. We're piloting basketball tournaments, other kinds of sport activities.
She said community awareness is key, as invasive species control requires island-wide support. With this week's Think Green, I'm Isa Baza.
Think Green is presented by Pacific Solar and Photovoltaics, keeping Guam green one roof at a time. Call 632-4002 for more information.
All right, what do you say we do some birthdays? Sounds like a good idea to me and the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. So tonight's first birthday recipient is Jadine, and her family says birthday wishes to our very youngest girl. Happy birthday. Also, happy 6th birthday to Jade Cepeda. Here's the message. I know you've been waiting this year for this special day, and the patience you have will be worth waiting for. We love you, baby girl, with all our hearts. God bless you every day to wait a whole nother year. With lots of love, the entire Rosario Cepeda family. All right. Gavin Kitagua, a.k.a. Guahan Rebel 671. Happy 13th birthday to you, young man. This comes from Papa, Grandma, and your sisters. Bernard Leon Guerrero, a.k.a. BJ, has a birthday today, so happy birthday to you, and this is coming from your familia. Venetia Sablan also has a birthday today, and this is coming from your family. And last but certainly not least, happy 5th birthday to Madden Reed Cepeda. If you would like to be a member of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club or make somebody's day, just go to our website, KUAM.com, and register. Super easy to do and super meaningful to do for someone. All right, stay tuned. More coming up.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Hafide and welcome to the Fashion and Art edition of KUAM News Extra. And I have the pleasure to have with me in studio Amber Word, who's on my left, and Kina Lewis. Kina is the Art in the Park coordinator, and Amber is the artist in residence. And they're going to talk about the upcoming Art in the Park events. I understand there's 2 events. So let's get started. What is Art in the Park?
So Art in the Park is a program that we've developed. It actually has a national setting within the national park system. And art and the National Park Service have always been intertwined. And so we're bringing art into our park settings to encourage creativity and create connections with our history and our culture.
So we're talking sidewalk art? Are we talking?
Yeah, so this event is the Sidewalk Chalk Art Festival. This event is open to the public, the general public of all ages, to come in and enjoy this free event and just create works of art on the sidewalks at Assen Beach, and just make their creativity fly. And we're also going to have some interactive tables where they can learn some information about the park as well, and some of our partners who will be there as well.
This is the 3rd annual Art in the Park event. What were the last 2 like?
So the last 2 events, we started first with kind of a more intimate setting where we had an artist in residence come in and teach them some art techniques, expose them to the stories and resources that we have within the park, and then they would use different mediums to create works of art. The second Art in the Park was more of a public event where people came out and decorated tiles that we displayed at Assen Beach. And so with this 3rd event, we kind of melded the 2 together to provide a public event where everybody of all ages can come out to the Sidewalk Chalk event, and then more intimate settings with the Paint in the Park sessions.
Okay, so for the chalk, do we bring it? Are you providing that?
We provide everything. It's free of charge. All you have to do is show up. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have chalk, sidewalk chalk, and also sidewalk chalk paint. So people can get really creative with what they're going to do when they come out.
Okay, so this is Aspen Beach Park.
Aspen Beach.
And January 21st?
21st, yes.
Okay, so that's an all ages event. And then Amber, you're doing a more intimate setting?
Yes.
More indoors?
Yes, that's the next one. This one's a bit more specific. We're asking for ages 12 and up.
Okay.
And I was honored to be invited in as the artist in residence for 2017. So I'm going to be teaching actual classes, kind of in the format that you've seen that are workshop based, that you have a painting and then you kind of teach people the steps to make that same painting or something similar.
Your resolution was to be more creative, to get more creative in 2017. This event is for you.
Yep.
For 12 and up.
Yes. And it's geared towards beginners. So we're really looking to invite people out who have never painted before and might think that they don't know how or can't quite do it.
And I've seen more of these kind of events popping up around the island. So this is your chance to get to meet Amber. What would the subject be? Do you know what you'd be painting yet?
So we actually have 4 different sessions. They are on Saturdays. So 2 sessions on Saturday, the
28th of January and then the 4th of February.
Yes.
2 sessions. And
the first session we're doing at Aspen again.
Okay.
And so we're going to have 2 different paintings that day. One of them we are going to be doing a sunset scene with the palm trees up front and the little Governor's Complex laddie off in the corner.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a perfect set.
Exactly. So you can actually see what you're painting more or less, since it won't be sunset time when we're painting it.
Right.
But you can see the palm
interpretive
trees.
sunset. Guam has the most beautiful sunsets in the world, and I'm biased. Okay, so that's your first. That's what you'd be painting first, and then the second time.
Yes, the second one right next to it. I did not even know this was. So I was really excited. A big part of this project was I actually got to go through our national parks with Tina here and found out about the breadfruit area that I didn't even want to talk about that at all.
Yeah, so we have so many wonderful natural resources within our parks. And we have this one area, breadfruit forest. And in those breadfruit trees, we have endangered Guam tree snails that's their natural ecosystem. And so we're going to incorporate that in the art just to enhance and create an awareness about these things and an appreciation for these natural resources.
So again, 2 events, Art in the Park. We have one for all ages, and we have one for a little geared for a little older, 12 and up. It starts January 21st. For more information, where can people go?
They can go to our website. The official website is www.nps.gov/WAPA, WAPA, and that will give you all the information for the events.
Again, if your resolution was to get creative in 2017, this is your chance. Beginners are welcome. I am welcome. I am a beginner.
It's totally free.
And all free of
Everything's
charge.
free.
So if you're looking for some family fun over the weekend, January 21st, they start chalk.
You have to register.
You have to register. Go to their website. One more time. Can you say
Please
the
visit
website?
the website, www.nps.gov/WAPA.
You got it. Okay. And we'll provide the link for you here on KUAM. Thanks so much for coming and sharing this awesome event. I'll see you there.
All right. I look forward to it.
And more when KUAM's Fashion and Art Edition returns.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network. Thank you for an amazing year. This 2017, get ready for suspense, romance, drama, action. So bring on the new year. We are ready to capture more moments with you. Happy New Year from GTA.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So, I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Watch Health Check every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Extras, Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
The year 2016 is definitely one for the history books, with several impactful events on the local and international scene. What got you buzzing, and what big issues will significantly affect our community in the new year? Get insider perspective and reflections on the year gone by from the KUAM News team.
Rehash 2016 on the stations and networks of KUAM and online at KUAM.com, the KUAM News mobile app, and our social media platforms. Happy New Year from Guam's news leader. Rehash 2016 is presented by GPA. Health, home, and lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isabaza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine.
Hafide, I'm Crystal Paco, and welcome back to the Fashion and Art edition of KUAM News Extra. And I have with me Jessica Leon Guerrero and Cece from Island Wines and Spirits. And this is the segment called At the Bar. They're going to be joining us twice a month to teach us how to make some really delicious cocktail concoctions. So what are we making today?
So I think when we look at January, we wanted to keep everything simple. Coming off the holidays, everyone's so busy and they just want to relax, go home, and have a nice drink. But what I found is when you make specialty cocktails, sometimes it can, one, be intimidating because you don't know how to make it, or two, you just don't have all the ingredients.
Right.
And you don't want to run to the store because you forgot lime juice or sweet and sour. So we're going to keep it simple this January, and we're going to give you the simplest cocktails. In fact, this is going to be a home bartender's best friend. It's a line called Finest Call, and what it'll do is it'll create specialty cocktails with a 3-to-1 mix.
Okay.
So simple, I can even do it.
Okay.
So I promise.
Simple, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm a bartender now by trade. So the first one we're gonna do is a first cocktail. Everyone loves apple martinis, but people don't like to make it because it's so difficult. So Sierra here is going to show us how to create an apple martini. Typically, when you're making an apple martini, you need your vodka, you need sour apple syrup, you need your sweet and sour.
Yeah, I don't have these things in my cabinet.
And I don't know what parts to use. I have to Google it. So like I said, this is the easiest cocktail to make because it's a 3-to-1 ratio anytime you're using any of these mixes. So what Cece's going to do here, she's going to create your sour apple martini, and it's just 1 part Stoli vodka.
1 part vodka.
And then she's going to do 3 parts of the apple martini mix. And ta-da! She'll make us a cocktail, shake it up, and put it in your glass, and we're good to go. So she'll do 1 part and then 3 parts of this. So she made it bigger. So you look at it, it's actually 3 ounces that went in there.
Okay.
Give it a nice shake. We sugared up the rim a little bit because it's a nice sour apple martini. Chilled glass is always important. But like I said, it's so simple, so easy. It's great for the new year just because you go home, long day at work, trying to get used to things. Come home and you want to make
my
a drink.
serving of fruit
Right.
here. My apple.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, I believe that. I probably might have to make this every day.
And ta-da! Simple cocktail, 2 ingredients, a 3-to-1 mix.
I could do that.
Right?
So easy, you could do that. Okay.
Cheers.
Wait, you don't have a drink.
We're gonna make ours.
Okay,
We'll
okay. Okay,
we'll
I'll
make
I'll
more.
wait.
Okay, so that was our first drink. Super simple, super easy
And
to
it
make.
smells amazing.
Right? You have that nice
An
fresh
apple a day.
apple. Actually, the apples that are sourced from that is from Washington, and they're Granny Smith apples. So super delicious. You have that nice tart flavor in it. The next one we're gonna make is, we live on a beach. We live right in the middle.
Something tropical.
Right,
What is
something
it?
tropical. So one of the most popular tropical drinks that you have is a pina colada.
Just like the song. I'm ready to get my drink on with the pina colada.
So pina colada is, like, again, super simple. This is a pina colada mix right here with Finest Call. It's going to be another 3-to-1 mix as well. You're going to use 1 part of Don Q rum, and then you're going to use 3 parts of the pina colada. Give it a nice shake, and then pour it in your glass. And it's just that easy. So if you're having some friends over and you want to do a nice barbecue, it's a weekend, you want to have different drinks
And
out.
I don't even have to take out the blender.
You don't have to take. Actually, this one you can take out a blender. You can do it on the rocks, or you can blend it.
Okay.
I like them
Let's
all
say I don't
nice
want to
and
do the
frozen.
dishes. We're just gonna do on the rocks.
So this is super simple. If you're usually making a pina colada, you basically have cream of cocoa, you have pineapple juice, and you have your rum.
Okay.
You can add a little bit other stuff to it, but with this, it's just 2 ingredients: your pina colada mix, your rum. Shake it up. She's actually gonna blend it because I love blended drinks. Guam is so hot.
Yes, and it tastes like a smoothie. It's really refreshing.
Right? So super simple. Take that, give it a nice blend. But everyone can become a bartender now. There we go. There we go. Blend it up, have a party right in the blender, and pour it into your cup, and we're good to go. So you just blend it up, get it all nice and blended. And ta-da!
That's easy.
Easy. Then you can use different types of cups here. This one is always nice in a nice hurricane glass. Feels like you're out on the beach.
Oh, you need the umbrella. You need the umbrella and the pineapple slice or a fruit slice.
Right. I don't have an umbrella, but we will be sure to grab some of that. But we're just going to garnish it with a simple orange.
Okay.
And right there, a nice refreshing drink. You can drink at home. You can drink behind on your backyard, and